Fury V2, coming to Vitamin Shoppe. When Core told us that they were going to Vitamin Shoppe, I was so excited. And when they told us that they were updating Fury for it, I was even more excited. You see, Fury is one of my favorite one-scoop pre-workouts on the market. Core is well known for being efficacious, quality, badass. And their Fury, honestly, I didn't think needed any changes, but here we are with V2. It's bigger, it's better, it's got some new stuff to talk about, and I'm super stoked to be doing it today. So let's talk about what's in Fury V2. Honestly, most of the time I do like what's changed, but this is such an interesting new formula. I'm going to do a full new video on this formula. Scrap the old one. We're talking about the new one. Right off the top, we've got a pump blend here. And what I love about how Core breaks up their pre-workout, and I know a lot of other companies do stuff similar to this, but I'm excited about this one, is they really only have blends for exactly what they're for. So this is a pump blend, and it's only got pump ingredients. So here we can talk about 3 different pathways, 3 different ways that they make a pump for you. And I like that they found synergy through a few different pathways. We're going to discuss how they're all different. First one is going to be citrulline. Now at the full scoop, I'm not talking about half scoop. I don't talk about half servings here. I talk about 1 full serving because we're PricePlow. 6 grams of pure L-Citrulline, no citrulline malate, nothing else, citrulline. This is going to be actually more efficient than using arginine itself at increasing serum arginine. This, through the arginine-citrulline cycle, creates nitric oxide. Now, there's a couple different ways that we're working with nitric oxide here, but with supplementing citrulline, the goal is to create more nitric oxide directly. 6 grams of it is a great dosage. The clinicals start at a little bit under 3 grams, and a lot of people get pissed off there's like less than 4 grams, and 6 grams is a super happy medium dose because as you start to go up this arms race of citrulline, you start to get less and less results. I consider like 8 to 10 to kind of be the max where you don't get really any more, but if you're including other pump ingredients in it, I really don't think you always need to go that full bore craziness, and I think 6 grams is the perfect amount because we have 2 other ingredients coming in to help out with other angles on this pathway. Next ingredient being VasoDrive-AP helps limit vasoconstriction so that it lasts longer and it gives you a better pump. So we're creating more nitric oxide, we're making sure that this lasts around longer. And then the last ingredient, CitraPeak, which is a really cool ingredient coming from Pronova that we don't see very often, is a standardized hesperidin. Now that's a flavanone glycoside from citrus fruits, thus the CitraPeak. And this is going to help increase eNOS. Now upregulating eNOS is really nice because that's the enzyme that controls all nitric oxide production. Like we said, citrulline increases nitric oxide, but eNOS is an enzyme that we're upregulating that is going to control that whole thing. So we're creating more nitric oxide, we're allowing the body to create more by upregulating the actual enzyme that controls it, and we're keeping it around longer. All around creating an awesome pump. You know this is coming from Doug Miller, the guy with the biggest freaking natural arms in the world. I don't even need to say that they're the biggest natural arms. They're like the biggest arms I've ever seen in my life. Dude's obsessed with pumps. He's a bodybuilder. Expect nothing less from this product. Moving forward, Fury Performance Blend. Beta-alanine, 3.2 grams. Beta-alanine is going to be helpful for buffering lactic acid better in your body, creating a better work capacity so you can do more reps. Now, this is not an ingredient you take right now and it gives you the benefits. That's not how this works. You load this over time, and that's why 3.2 grams was used here, is because higher dosages are uncomfortable, lower dosages are going to load slower. This dosage right here, you take it regularly and you get loaded quite quickly. Now, are you saturated with beta-alanine? I don't know. You should be taking beta-alanine every day. You're going to take this on your on days, and you shouldn't be working out every single day of the week, so you shouldn't be taking this every single day. I'd recommend you take another supplement with beta-alanine if you can to keep yourself saturated. But for a pre-workout, I think this is a great dosage. You're going to be itching a little bit, but not too much, and it's also an efficacious amount. Now moving on from there, we got betaine anhydrous, 2.5 grams. Awesome osmolyte here, also helps out with power output. It's very similar to creatine. We don't have creatine in here, which is great because you shouldn't be taking creatine pre-workout. It's just an added expense to your pre-workout, and because it's gone up so much in price over the last 2 years, I don't think it's worth it to put in pre-workouts anymore. Betaine anhydrous is going to help out a lot of those osmolytic and power benefits. There's actually one study in women showing that it increases arm size. I've made the joke before that doesn't work for me, but I think that joke's kind of overplayed, so I'm not going to make it now. Synactive, 50 milligrams coming from Nuliv. This is an awesome senolytic. What that means, it's going to help get rid of old cells, bring in new cells, helps out with power output, helps out with lowering inflammation associated with training in a bad way, like actual inflammation markers. Inflammation is a thing that you should be creating during your workout, and you should not be taking like cold showers or anything post-workout to try to kill acute inflammation like that. But Synactive is a very, very helpful product for overall inflammation, discomfort, and getting you to the next workout. Fury Hydration Blend. We got 2 grams of taurine, 400 milligrams of Albion potassium glycinate complex, and 250 milligrams of sea salt. 2 grams of taurine. Let's start there. Taurine is one of the best ingredients in the market. I'm gonna have people in the comments of bitching about it. There's always someone who doesn't like taurine. I don't care. Taurine has a meta-analysis where it shows at just 1 gram you have immediate benefits a half hour later. In all of the studies in that meta-analysis, there's not one adverse reaction from using taurine, and that was confounded with other stimulants being involved as well. Taurine's awesome. It's one of the single most important ingredients for athletes to be using. It's one of the single most effective ingredients for athletes, and I think everyone should use it. That's all I have to say about it. Now, the potassium complex and the sea salt, if you look up top in the potassium and sodium yields, you'll know that you're getting 72 milligrams of potassium and 100 milligrams of sodium. Some people are going to be like, that's not too much. Yeah, it's not that much, and that's a good thing, because you should be salting your food every 2 hours when you eat. You should be having sodium all day long. It should not just be a pre-workout thing. There are brands putting 500 milligrams of sodium in their pre-workout, and it's dumb because you don't need that much pre-workout. You just need to salt your day all along and get your minerals in. Eat your potatoes for some potassium and magnesium. The electrolytes are super important. They're going to be really, really helpful for getting it pumped during your workout. Believe me, if you haven't used Core Hydrate pre-workout instead of a pre-workout, not that I'm not selling you on this, but if you have not used electrolytes just for a workout, you don't know what you're missing. Stay hydrated. It'll bring you a better pump of just hydrating on its own than not hydrating and using a pump product. Controversial take of the day. This dosage here is an awesome add-in to your day. This is going to help out because you're already salting your other meals if you're a good athlete, right? If you're already getting your electrolytes in, this is going to be enough. Some people are going to bitch that there's not enough in here. I say that you aren't using electrolytes around your day, and you're not hydrated. And now we get into the Focus blend. Focus and stims. This is what everyone wants to hear about, right? 2 grams of tyrosine. Tyrosine is an awesome ingredient that creates catecholamines in your body, meaning things like norepinephrine, dopamine. Tyrosine is especially effective if you are sleep deprived. So if you're a shift worker, if you are training in the morning and you haven't slept as much. This is an awesome, awesome ingredient. I think everyone should be using it. At 2 grams here, it's like twice what normal people are using usually. Most pre-workouts used to be like 750 milligrams, 500 milligrams. Now most of them are going to be around 1 gram. 2 grams here, I'm stoked about this. Right? I don't know if people were just listening to me 3 years ago when I was just talking about high doses of tyrosine all the time, but I'm so excited that this industry is starting to go towards high dose tyrosine. This is an awesome experience and everyone needs to use it. Alpha-GPC, 300 milligrams of it here. Great choline source. This is going to be a really awesome focus ingredient. Everyone knows Alpha-GPC. It's like, it's everywhere. Everyone uses it. I don't know how much I need to talk about this. It creates acetylcholine through the choline donor, associated with better coordination, balance, psychomotor vigilance. Awesome phrase. Acetylcholine is known as the learning neurotransmitter. Deficiency in choline can be a thing for a lot of people if you're not eating enough whole eggs and red meat, which I'm disappointed in you if you're not, but you watch these videos. So you should totally be eating those things. But Alpha-GPC is an awesome choline donor that you should be using like Fury pre-workout. It's in a lot of different focus products and they're thrown in here because it works. That's really all you need to know. Cocoa albuterol, 100 milligrams. This is actually extracted for cocoa alkaloids. This can decrease appetite, increase thermogenesis. But one of the main alkaloids in here is going to be theobromine. It's not specifically standardized for, but it's something that I really enjoy, and we do know that it's going to be in here because, well, cocoa albuterol, cocoa extract is literally called theobroma cacao. It resembles caffeine in its mechanisms of action. There might also be some epicatechin in here. It's going to improve your mood, increase the stimulant feeling. Theobromine, when used alongside caffeine, can really kind of attenuate the feeling that you get from caffeine. It's an awesome focus ingredient alongside some stimulants, so we're super excited to see it here. And here's where we get into the stuff that really sets Fury aside. Pregnenolone, 10 milligrams. This is one of the first times I saw pregnenolone in pre-workout. In their original Fury that we were talking about, this is not something that changed. This is something that we actually really enjoy about this product. Pregnenolone is the precursor to all of your body's steroid hormones. Pregnenolone is the precursor to literally all of your body's steroid hormones, not just testosterone, but also neurosteroids like DHEA. Pregnenolone itself is called a neurosteroid. But it's important to note that pregnenolone being used, you're not just getting the benefits of pregnenolone, you're getting the benefits of all all of those steroid hormones downstream from there. Neurosteroids are important to your body's stress response mechanism. They're very neuroprotective, and pregnenolone itself is dopaminergic. One of the main metabolites of it, progesterone, has been shown to upregulate brain-derived neurotropic factor, BDNF. It's one of our favorite things that we upregulate with other things like neurofactor, if you've heard me talk about that. So it's a very special ingredient. Very, very impressed by pregnenolone. And we finally get to the energy blend. Now this is a cool spot here because we talk about a blend of caffeine, caffeine citrate, and Zoom XR. So you have a normal caffeine anhydrous that everyone knows what that feels like. Caffeine citrate, which is a little faster, and Zoom XR, which is a little bit slower. Now Core did this right, in my opinion. We get 395 milligrams of caffeine. Now that might sound like a lot to you, but when you look at the blend of this, it's really not that bad. Caffeine anhydrous itself is 250 milligrams. It's a very standard dosage for caffeine anhydrous. It's below what I would consider to be the norm for the industry right now. And then we have some others added in. Caffeine citrate at 50%, we have 150 milligrams. So you're getting 75 milligrams. Bam, it's quick, it's fast in the system. So you drink that on the way to the gym and you're starting to feel that in the early part of the workout. And you have Zoom XR, which is the extended release, not the delayed release. You don't want the delayed release, you want the extended release. That's 70% caffeine. You got 100 milligrams of that, so you're getting 70 milligrams there. That is going to slowly kind of come out of digestion into your body. Due to a special coating that they put on the caffeine, it's going to take a little bit extra time to get in, and that extends the feeling of the caffeine. This gets rid of two things. One, the oh shit moment you would have had where if you took 400 milligrams just on its own, you're never going to get there. It doesn't peak the same way. It also gets rid of that crash because it kind of slowly drips off. 25% of this caffeine is released 1 hour, 80% released by the 2-hour mark. So it's a really nice curve out there that you're eventually going to be able to go to sleep. If you took the delayed version, I don't recommend that. I'm very happy they put the extended version in Fury V2. It definitely solidifies it as one of my favorite pre-workouts right now. It took me a little bit longer to do this video because I really wanted to take the product and understand how it feels and really give it a good once-over in this video. I hope this was helpful and informative. I want to say we did get this product for free, and we do have a business affiliate relationship with Core. So if you use our coupon code, we will get an affiliate commission back. But that being said, the goal of this video is to be informative and educational and break down the contents so that you understand the product before you make the decision if you want to buy it or not. Definitely recommend you give this a go. If the caffeine seems like too much for you, I'd recommend taking a half scoop. I don't normally recommend that, but a lot of people are concerned about the amount of caffeine in here because they haven't taken that much caffeine. I can assure you that caffeine is very safe. Safety data for it goes up to about 12 milligrams per kilogram. You may seem uncomfortable at first, but I promise you, caffeine is an awesome endurance, strength, and fat burner type supplement. It's very, very helpful, and I absolutely recommend you try it out. I think you'll have great workouts off of it. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.